It's 11 p.m. when my husband, Ethan, posts a story on his Instagram. The moon is so beautiful tonight, just like someone's eyes. The picture is a night view taken from the rooftop of a luxury apartment building. I'm about to like it when a comment pops up below. Dude, your wife can see this. A few seconds later, Ethan's story is gone. But it doesn't take long for me to see the exact same photo on Susie's Instagram. Her caption reads, "Watching the moon from a rooftop with a certain architect. He said it looks just like my eyes." Soon, my phone rings. It's Ethan. In the past, I would have already taken a screenshot and sent it to him, demanding an explanation. But this time, I just stare at the screen and let the call go to voicemail. When Ethan gets home, I'm curled up on the sofa reading through some legal briefs. He tosses his car keys onto the entry table and takes off his suit jacket. "Why didn't you answer your phone?" My eyes don't leave the document. "I was looking at some files I didn't notice." We finally locked in the deal for Susie's project tonight. We had a few drinks to celebrate, so I'm a little late. He stops beside me. "You don't have to wait up for me every day. It makes you seem so what? So dependent." Ethan hands me a small Tiffany & Co. bag. He says it's the newest release. Today is our third wedding anniversary. I'd booked a table at the French restaurant where we had our first date. I even rescheduled an important court hearing for it, but he never showed up. I ate dinner for two all by myself. "Thanks," I say, taking the bag and placing it on the coffee table. He furrows his brow. "Aren't you going to open it?" "I'm tired. I'll look at it tomorrow." He stares at me for a moment, his voice turning cold. "Claire, stop sulking." Buying me gifts is Ethan's usual way of apologizing. Once I accept the gift, he assumes everything is forgiven and forgotten. "I'm not sulking," I say. I close my files and get up to go to the bedroom. "Good," he says, relieved. "I might have to work late again tomorrow. Susie has some new ideas." I pause. She sure has a lot of ideas. "What can I do? The client is always right," Ethan says as he opens the fridge for a beer. "Besides, her dad is a real estate tycoon. If we do a good job on this project, our firm will get a lot more business." I just nod and don't say another word. The next morning, Ethan surprises me by saying he'll drive us to work together. I agree, though I'm a bit taken aback. As he's driving, his phone keeps buzzing. He glances at it. It's Susie. "You should get that," I say. He hesitates, then answers. "What's up?" A sweet, delicate voice comes through the phone. "Ethy, I was looking at the designs from last night and I think we can make the rooftop even better. Can you come take a look?" "Right now?" "Mm-hmm. I'm already at the coffee shop downstairs from your office." Ethan glances at me. "I have to drop my wife off." "Oh, that's okay. Bring your wife along. My treat." After hanging up, Ethan explains she's a total workaholic, always getting new ideas. I know. When we get there, Susie's already waiting by the window of the coffee shop. She's wearing a white dress, her long hair flowing over her shoulders. She looks like a sweet, innocent college student. "Hi, Claire," she says with a sugary smile, then immediately turns to Ethan. "Ethy, look here." She leans in so close that her shoulder is almost touching his as she points to the blueprints. I notice he doesn't move away. "You're right. This design is much better," Ethan nods. "I knew you'd get what I was thinking, Ethy." She beams, her eyes crinkling. I check the time. I should go up. I don't want to be late. "Okay, let's talk again soon," she says, still smiling sweetly. Ethan looks up at me. "Want to get dinner tonight?" "I might have to work late," I say, picking up my bag. "You two take your time." As the elevator doors close, I see Susie lean in closer to Ethan, her hand resting on his arm. That night, I work at the law firm until 10 o'clock at night. Ethan texts me that he's still working late and I should go home first. I buy a few things at the convenience store near our apartment building. As I walk out, a familiar black Audi drives past. It's Ethan's car. Susie is in the passenger seat. The car pulls up to the entrance of the five-star hotel across the street. I hide by the convenience store entrance and watch them get out. Susie is wearing the same white dress from this morning. Ethan's suit jacket is draped over her shoulders. They walk into the hotel together. I stand there for a long time until my legs feel numb. Back home, I sit in the living room and wait. Ethan doesn't come home until 2 in the morning. "You're still up?" he asks. He looks exhausted. "Just got back," I say. "Where's your jacket?" "What jacket?" "Your suit jacket." He pauses. "At the dry cleaners. It got a little dirty." "Oh." I get up to head to the bedroom. "Claire?" He calls after me. "Have we not had a good talk in a while?" I turn to face him. "What do you want to talk about?" You seem quieter lately." "Probably just tired." Ethan nods. "Well, get some rest. I have some things to finish up in the study." He goes into his study, and soon I can hear him on the phone. His voice is low, but I can still make out the word Susie. The next day is weekend, and I'm catching up on sleep. I vaguely hear Ethan on the phone. "Yeah, I'm free today." "An art exhibition?" "Sure." "Okay, I'll come pick you up." I open my eyes. Ethan is getting dressed. "Where are you going?" I ask. "Susie mentioned an architectural exhibition she wants to check out. I'm going with her," he says, fixing his tie. "Do you want to come?" "No thanks, I want to sleep." "Okay, I'll be back this afternoon." After he leaves, I scroll through my social media. Susie has a new post. "Learned so much at the exhibition with the person who knows architecture best." The photo is of her and Ethan. He's smiling more brightly than usual. I take a screenshot, then I unfollow Ethan. When Ethan comes home that evening, he's carrying takeout. "Brought you something," he says. "It's from your favorite Japanese place." "Thanks," I say, taking the bag. "Claire, is something on your mind?" Ethan asks, sitting next to me. "You've been so quiet lately." "Nothing's on my mind." "Okay, good," he says with a sigh of relief. "By the way, I might have to go out of town for a few days next week. I'm going with Susie to look at a property." "Where to?" "To Seattle. She's thinking of investing in a project there." I nod. "Be safe." Ethan looks like he wants to say more, but he doesn't. The next day at work, my assistant, Leo, knocks on my door. "Claire, there's a case I'd like you to look at." "What kind of case?" "A divorce. The wife says her husband is cheating, and she has a lot of proof." I take the file and look through it. The evidence the wife provides is solid. Hotel records, intimate photos, text message logs. The evidence is solid. She has a very high chance of winning, I say. "Let's take the case." "Okay." Leo hesitates. "Claire, you don't look so well lately. Maybe you should take a few days off." "I'm fine," I say, waving him off. "You can go now." After Leo leaves, I stare at the evidence of the affair. It all looks too familiar, as if it's telling my own story. My phone buzzes. It's a text from Ethan. "I leave for my trip tomorrow. Let's come home early tonight and have a nice dinner." I reply, "Okay." Then I open my contacts and find a number I haven't called in a long time. "Dora, are you free sometime soon? I need to see you." On the third day of Ethan's business trip, I'm working late at the firm. Just as I'm about to pack up, my phone rings. "Claire,
You need to check the top trending topics online now. Dora's voice is urgent. I open my browser. One of the top headlines is hashtag famous architect's alleged affair with real estate heiress. I click on it. It's a series of paparazzi photos. Ethan and Susie are in the lobby of a hotel in Seattle. His hand is on her waist, and they look very close. The comment section is exploding. Isn't that Ethan? I thought he was married. Susie has no shame knowing he has a wife. The world of the rich is a mess. I put away my phone and continue packing my things. Claire, Dora says on the phone, are you still there? I'm here. Are you okay? I'm fine. Do you want me to come over? No, it's okay. I'm heading home now. After hanging up, I finish packing and leave. In the elevator, my phone rings again. It's Ethan. I don't answer. He calls 5 times in a row. I ignore them all. Finally, he sends a text. Claire, don't believe the photos online. I can explain. I put my phone on silent. When I get home, I take a shower, change into my pajamas, and sit on the sofa to watch TV. At 11 p.m., I hear the lock turn. Ethan appears at the door, looking like he's been traveling all day. Claire! He practically runs inside. Why weren't you answering my calls? I keep my eyes on the TV screen. I was watching a movie. The photos online. I saw them. Ethan sighs in relief. So you know they're fake, right? The reporters framed the shot to create a story. Is that so? Of course, he says urgently. Susie and I just have a professional relationship, purely professional. I turn to look at him. You rushed back overnight just to tell me this? I was afraid you'd get the wrong idea. I didn't, I say. You must be tired. You should get some rest. Ethan freezes. You really aren't angry? Why would I be angry? He doesn't seem to believe me. He tests the waters. So, should I continue my business trip tomorrow? That's your work. You can arrange it however you want. Ethan's face darkens. Claire, what is this attitude? What attitude? You're so cold, like a stranger. I turn off the TV and stand up to go to the bedroom. I'm tired. Wait, he grabs my wrist. Claire, is something wrong with us? I look down at his hand. What do you mean? You've changed. How have I changed? You used to care where I was and who I was with. Now you don't ask anything. I let out a small laugh. Didn't you say I was too dependent? Now that I've changed, you're not happy either. Ethan, what do you really want? I want the old you back. The old me? I look at him. Which old me? The one who cooked for you and waited for you to come home every day? The one who dropped everything for you at a moment's notice? Or the one who saw you flirting with other women and pretended not to notice? Ethan's face grows paler. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the truth. When have I ever flirted with other women? I walk over to the coffee table and pick up the unopened Tiffany's box. This. When did you buy it? On our anniversary, of course. I open the box. Inside is a necklace. I hold it up for him to see. This design was discontinued last year. Ethan is stunned. You bought this for someone else and gave it to me by mistake, right? You should be more professional when you lie, Ethan. He opens his mouth, but no words come out. I walk past him, go into the bedroom, and close the door. The next day is Saturday, and I'm sleeping in. I dimly hear Ethan in the living room, his voice urgent on the phone. What? There are new photos online? I open my eyes, pick up my phone, and check. The trending topics have updated. This time, it's photos of Ethan and Susie in a hotel room. While they aren't doing anything obviously intimate, the fact that they are staying in the same room is enough. The comment section has gone wild. This is solid proof. He's definitely cheating. I turn off my phone and lie back down. I can hear Ethan's frustrated voice from the living room. I told you, it's not what you think. We were just discussing work. A moment later, the bedroom door opens. Ethan is standing in the doorway, his face grim. Claire, you're awake? Mm-hmm. There are more photos online. I saw them. Ethan walks over and sits on the edge of the bed. Do you believe me? I look at him. What do you want me to believe? That there's nothing going on between me and Susie. Okay, I believe you. Ethan lets out a breath, but then he tenses up again. You really believe me? I do. Then why are you still so cold? I sit up. I'm not being cold. You are, Ethan insists. You changed starting that night. Which night? The night I came home really late. I think for a moment. Our anniversary? Ethan nods. I haven't changed. You're probably just overthinking it, I say, getting out of bed to get ready. I'm meeting Dora today. You're seeing her again? Ethan frowns. You two have been meeting up a lot lately. Is there a problem with that? No, it's just... Never mind. He waves his hand. Go ahead. As I'm dressed and ready to leave, Ethan suddenly says, Claire, let me go with you. There's no need. I want to see Dora. It's been a while. She's not in a good mood today. She doesn't want to see other people. Ethan's expression hardens. Am I other people? I look at him. Aren't you? The words hang in the air between us. We're both stunned. Ethan's face turns ugly. Claire, what is that supposed to mean? It doesn't mean anything. I grab my purse. I'm leaving. Dora asked me to meet at a coffee shop near the hospital where she works. She's on duty today and only has an hour for break. You've lost weight, Dora says, looking at me with concern. Probably just busy with work. Claire, what are you going to do? I know what she's asking. What is there to do? The evidence is so obvious. Obvious of what? I manage a smile. They just have a professional relationship. Are you still lying to yourself? Dora sounds angry. Claire, you need to wake up. I am awake. Someone who's awake wouldn't be acting like this. Dora takes my hand. Have you thought about divorce? No. Why not? There's no point. Dora stares at me for a long time. Claire, are you planning something? I take a sip of my coffee. What plan? You wouldn't just do nothing, Dora says. She knows me too well. That's not your style. You would never just silently put up with this. Maybe I've changed. People don't change their nature that easily. Unless what? Unless they're dead at heart. I don't say anything. Dora suddenly grips my hand tighter. Claire, you wouldn't... She's cut off by my phone buzzing. It's a text from Ethan. Claire, I'm working late at the office. Might be home really late tonight. I reply, okay. Then another message comes through. Things are getting crazy online, so it's not a good time for me to be seen with Susie. The project might be on hold for a while. I stare at the message for a long time. What is it? Dora asks. Nothing. I put my phone away. Dora, how long do you think it takes for someone to die at heart? Dora is taken aback. To completely give up on a person. To go from loving someone to not caring about them anymore. How long does that take? I guess it's different for everyone, Dora says carefully. Some people move on quickly. Some people can't let go their entire lives. Which one do you think I am? Dora looks at me, her eyes filled with sympathy. Claire, you already know the answer, don't you? I smile, but don't answer. That night, I wait for Ethan at home. He said he was working late, but someone on my social media feed posted a picture from a fancy restaurant. In a corner booth, under candlelight, sit Ethan and Susie. I take a screenshot, then I unfollow that person. At 11, Ethan comes home. Still up? He seems to be in a good mood. Just finished reading a case file, I say, closing the folder. Tough day at work? It was fine. He comes over and kisses my forehead. It's the weekend tomorrow. Want to go out and do something? Sure. Where? Anywhere you want. I think for a moment. Let's go to the courthouse. Ethan freezes. The courthouse? What for? To take care of some paperwork. What paperwork? I look him straight in the eye. Our divorce. The living room falls silent. The only sound is the ticking of the clock.
Ethan's face slowly drains of color. What did you say? I said, let's get a divorce. Why? His voice trembles. There is no why. There has to be a reason. Ethan steps toward me, trying to take my hand, but I pull away. Is it because of the rumors online? I already told you none of that is true. I know. Then why do you want a divorce? Ethan, do you think there's any love left between us? He hesitates. Of course there is. Not for me. When I say those words, I see the color completely disappear from Ethan's face. You're joking, right? He forces a smile. Claire, this isn't a funny joke. I'm not joking, I say, standing up. Ethan, we're over. When did this start? He asks. When did you stop loving me? I think for a moment. A long time ago. Then why are you only saying it now? Because I was waiting for you to realize it yourself. Realize what? Realize who it is you truly love. Ethan is silent for a long time. Finally, he says, You. I love you. Do you? I pull out my phone and show him the screenshot I took earlier. Then what is this? When he sees the photo, his face becomes even more grim. Claire, are you following me? I'm not following you. Someone sent it to me, I say, putting my phone away. Ethan, just admit it. You don't love me anymore. He stammers. She's a client. You don't have to explain. Explaining only makes you seem more dishonest. Ethan suddenly grabs my hand. Claire, please, let's not get a divorce. I promise I'll never see Susie again. Do you really think Susie is the problem? Then what is the problem? The problem is that your heart isn't with me anymore. I pull my hand away. Ethan, you can't force things. You of all people should understand that. I don't understand. He's getting emotional. We've been married for 3 years and we've always been good. Why do you suddenly want a divorce? Always been good? I laugh coldly. Ethan, do you even believe that yourself? For the past 3 years, how long has it been since you've asked me how I am? How long has it been since you've remembered our anniversary? How long has it been since you've sat down and had a proper dinner with me? Ethan opens his mouth to say something, but nothing comes out. You know as well as I do that there's no love left between us. A divorce frees both of us. Suddenly, Ethan drops to his knees. Claire, please don't leave me. I look at the man kneeling on the floor, and I feel nothing. You know, Ethan,
If you had begged me like this 3 years ago, I would have forgiven you in a heartbeat. I crouched down to look at him. But now, it's too late. It's not too late. It's never too late, he says, grabbing my hand. Claire, give me one more chance. I gave you many chances, but you disappointed me every single time. I won't this time. Ethan, do you really think I can still trust you? He looks at me, desperation in his eyes. Claire, think about it, I say, turning to go to the bedroom. If you agree to an uncontested divorce, we can part on good terms. If you don't, I will file a petition with the court. You've already found a lawyer? I look back at him. I'm a lawyer myself. The next morning, Ethan is gone when I wake up. A note is on the table. Claire, I went to the office. Let's talk about it tonight. I throw the note in the trash, get ready, and head to my law firm. You look much better today, Claire. Do I? Yes, you seem so much more relaxed. I smile but don't reply. I handle a few cases in the morning. Around noon, Dora calls. I heard you had the big talk with Ethan last night. How did you know? I have a friend who works at his firm. She said Ethan is in a terrible mood today, yelling at everyone. Oh, Claire, are you sure about this? Yes. Do you need my help with anything? Not right now. After the call, I get back to work. Around 3 in the afternoon, my assistant knocks on the door. Claire, there's a gentleman here to see you. Who is it? Mr. Ethan? He says he's your husband? I think for a second. Let him in. Ethan walks into my office. He looks terrible. He has dark circles under his eyes and hasn't shaved properly. Claire, he stands by the door looking nervous. Sit down, I say, pointing to the chair across from my desk. He sits and is quiet for a long time before he finally speaks. I thought about it all night. And what did you conclude? I don't agree to the divorce. I nod. I see. That's it? He seems surprised. You're not going to ask why? There's no need. I pull out a document. This is the divorce petition. I'm filing it with the court this afternoon. His face falls. Claire, are you serious? I never joke about things like this. Why are you so determined to do this? He asks, his voice rising. Is it because of Susie? I told you I've already cut ties with her. Ethan, you still don't get it, I say, looking at him. The problem isn't Susie, it's you. What's wrong with me? Your heart is no longer here, in this home. My heart has always been here. Has it? I take out my phone, then explain this. On the screen is an Instagram post from Susie, posted this morning. Thanks to a certain someone for comforting me through the hardest night. The picture is a bouquet of roses.
Ethan sees the photo, and his face grows even paler. This is a misunderstanding. Do you really want to keep explaining? I put my phone away. Ethan, aren't you tired? What? Playing the part for me while taking care of her. Isn't it exhausting? Ethan is silent. You know, you don't have to be so tired, I say, standing up. You could just choose one of us. I choose you. Too late. I grab my purse. I have to go. Please see yourself out. Claire, he says, blocking my way. Do you have to be so heartless? Heartless? I laugh. Ethan, do you know what heartless is? Heartless is abandoning your wife on your anniversary to be with another woman. Heartless is cheating and then pretending like nothing ever happened. Heartless is getting caught and then blaming your wife for not being understanding. My words leave Ethan speechless. Now do you know what heartless is? I walk around him and head for the door. Let's get divorced, Ethan. Let's end this with some dignity. Claire, he yells after me, you'll regret this. I stop and turn to look at him. Ethan, the only thing I regret in this marriage is that it took me so long to wake up. That afternoon, I go to the courthouse and file the petition. The clerk tells me that Ethan will be served with the summons, and the hearing is set for 1 month from now.
When I get home, Ethan is already there waiting for me. He's sitting on the sofa with a stack of documents in front of him. "What's this?" I ask. "A list of our assets," he says, standing up. "Claire, if you really want a divorce, we should divide everything properly." I pick up the documents. Ethan has given me most of the assets, including the apartment. "You don't have to do this," I say, putting the papers down. "I only want what is rightfully mine." "Claire, take it all. Consider it my compensation." "For compensation for what?" "For the pain I've caused you over the past 3 years." I look at him and see genuine regret in his eyes. "Ethan, don't you think it's a little late to be saying this now?" "I know it's late, but I still want to say it," he says, looking at me. "Claire, I admit I neglected you these past 3 years. I was wrong. And I hope I can make it up to you." "How?" "Let's start over." I shake my head. "We can't go back, Ethan." "Why not?" "Because the trust is gone." I look at him. "You know, Ethan, when I first found out you were cheating, I wasn't that angry. I just felt tired." "Tired?" "Yes, so tired," I say, sitting down. "Tired of trying, tired of fighting for us. I just wanted it to end." Ethan's face is ashen. "Claire, are you really not going to give me a single chance?" "I gave you chances, many of them, but every time you chose someone else." "I never chose someone else." "Then what was Susie?" Ethan is silent. "Face it, Ethan," I say, standing up. "You have someone else in your heart. We can never go back to the way we were." He looks at me, his eyes full of despair. "Claire, I really don't want a divorce." "But I do." As I say the words, I feel a sense of relief I haven't felt in years. Yes, I want a divorce. I want to start over. I want a new life free of betrayal and lies. A month later, we are in court. Ethan sits at the respondent's table, looking worn out. Susie is also there, sitting in the gallery. The judge asks us if we are open to mediation. Ethan says yes. I say no. "Miss Claire, please state your grounds for divorce." I stand up. "Your Honor, during our marriage, the respondent, Ethan, maintained an improper relationship with a third party, Miss Susie, in serious violation of his marital duties. I have evidence to support my claim." I submit the evidence I've collected: hotel records, intimate photos, bank transfers, and screenshots of their text messages. Ethan's lawyer tries to object, but the evidence is undeniable. "Mr. Ethan, do you have a response to the petitioner's claims?" the judge asks. Ethan stands up and looks at me. "Your Honor, I admit my mistakes, but I ask for one more chance to save this marriage." The judge looks at me. "Does the petitioner wish to give the respondent that chance?" "No," I say without hesitation. "Your Honor, the marriage is irretrievably broken." In the end, the court grants the divorce. The assets are divided according to the agreement we had discussed. As I walk out of the courthouse, Ethan catches up to me. "Claire, do you really not have regret for this?" "I really don't," I say without looking back. "I wish you happiness, Ethan." I keep walking. Dora is waiting for me at the courthouse entrance. She gives me a big hug. "Congratulations on your freedom." "Thanks. Should we celebrate tonight?" "Definitely." We go to a nice restaurant. Dora raises her glass. "To new beginnings." "To new beginnings," I echo, clinking our glasses against hers. During dinner, Dora asks, "So what are your plans now?" "First, focus on work, and then we'll see." "Will you consider getting into a new relationship?" I think for a moment, then type back a reply. "Maybe, but not right now." "Why not?" "I want to learn how to live on my own first," I say with a smile. "You know what, Dora? I've realized I can be perfectly happy by myself." "Of course you can," Dora smiled back. "A woman should never have to depend on a man." After dinner, Dora drops me off at my new place. It's a one-bedroom apartment I bought for myself. It's not big, but it's cozy and warm. "Nice place," Dora says, looking around. "It feels like a home." "Yeah, I love it." After Dora leaves, I sit on the balcony and look out at the city lights. They're beautiful, and they make me think about a lot of things. 3 years ago, Ethan and I met. fell in love, and got married in this city. I thought we would be happy forever, but reality is always harsher than you imagine. But that's okay. I'm doing great now. My career is going well, I have good friends, and my life is full. I no longer have to wait for someone to come home, or guess what someone is thinking, or bend over backwards to please someone else. I'm finally living the life I want for myself. My phone buzzes. It's a text from an unknown number. Hi, Claire, this is Quinn. I'm a friend of Dora's. She said you're a brilliant lawyer, and I was hoping you could help me with the case. Are you free to meet and discuss it? I think for a moment, then type back a reply. Yes, my office, tomorrow at 2 p.m. I put down my phone and stretch. A new life, a new beginning. I believe the best is yet to come.
If you like this story, make sure to subscribe. If you didn't, send it to someone you hate. This story wasn't dramatic, but it suffocated me. It feels so plain on the surface, but packs so many emotions deep down. It felt like watching a marriage fall apart in real life. We post daily story updates from my personal collection. We also have playlists for different types of stories. Check them out. See you tomorrow.